under the coordination compound, there are two ions we are going to discuss. One is outer orbital complex. Another is what? Inner. This outer they call. Why we call outer orbital complex? This is inner orbital complex. Why we call this? That is important. That we have to study. Before that, and we have to find out its hybridizations. Okay, whether diamagnetics or paramagnetics, magnetic nature, magnetic property. Okay, and what type of spin, high spin or low spin, all that we have to study here. To start with, first you have to find out the oxidation number for cobalt. You first find out. Step. What is the second step? Identify what type of ligands is going to attach to the central metal atom or ion, whatever it is. Central metal ion or central metal atom. What type of ligands is that? What are ligands? Ligands are what? Either it is maybe a neutral molecule or anion which donate a pair of electrons to the central metal atom to form the coordination bond or to form a coordination complex. This is a coordination complex, is it not? Now, there are two types of ligands. There are two types. One is weak field ligands. Another one is strong field ligands. Now this is like cat. This is like a tiger. Cat no one is afraid of, but tiger we are very afraid of that. Tiger, the cat, because these weak field ligands cannot pair up electrons in the metal atom. But here the strong field ligands can, or it pairs up the electrons. It pairs up the electrons. What are the examples of weak field ligands? Halogens. Halogen chloride, bromide, iodide and all. But already in the previous class we have studied about this. What are the weak field ligands and strong field ligands? The classification is like this. Here what? Oxygen also weak field ligand, sulfur also weak field ligands, and strong field ligands are carbon, nitrogen and phosphorus. Right? Here nitrogen is the, see in this case carbon is the donor. Here nitrogen is the donor. Which comes first is important. Okay. Now here fluoride ion and chloride ion is the weak field ligands, neutral molecules. That is ammonia and cyanide is the example of strong field ligand. See this how they are classifying this ligand, strong or weak. You have to go through spectrochemical series. This is not our subject now. First, first find out the oxidation number. Oxidation number of cobalt. See cobalt hexafluoride ion. Now we have to find out its magnetic property, hybridizations, and what type of complex. That is the question. Now, how to start with? I'm going to find out the oxidation number. Here, sum of the oxidation number of this is equal to charge. So, 6 fluoride is equal to -3. CO plus 6 minus 1 is equal to -3. Oxidation number of cobalt is equal to +3. The atomic number of cobalt 27. Therefore, what are it? Cobalt 27. Then an electronic configuration, argon, then 3d7, 4s2, 4p0, 4d0. Okay. But cobalt is present in +3 oxidation state. Therefore, remove 3 electrons from this. Therefore, I'll write. I remove 2 electrons from 4s and 1 electron from 3d. This becomes 6 and 4s naught, 4p naught, 4d naught. Now, I'll write that d orbital contains how many? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. S orbital contains 1 box. P orbital contains 3 rooms. That is 3 box. Again 4d contains how much? 5 box. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is 3d6 is not. 4s not, 4p0, 4p not. Now up to this is common for both, right? Both ion, this step is common, right? The remaining is what depends upon what you are going to do is what depends upon the weak field ligands or strong field ligand. Now D contains 6 electrons. No? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay. See, this is the D orbital, S orbital, P orbital. See, this step is common for any type of complex, for every complex. Now, coming back to this, you know, fluoride is a weak ligand, right? Since it's a weak ligand, it cannot push all these electrons to come here. See, here this electron can come here. Even this electron can come here. It can leave 2 rooms. But since it is weak, you know, this is like a cat. It doesn't have a capacity to push this. Therefore, you can request, but it is not that strong enough to push these 2 electrons here. Therefore, here, how many fluorides are there? 6. Each fluoride contains, it can donate 2 electrons. Right? For that, how much place is required? Here 1 room, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you follow? That is 1s, then 3p and 2D. Got it? Here 1s, 3p's and 2d's. It forms, right? How many orbitals? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 orbitals. There are 6 orbitals. Overlap each other. Overlap each other. Therefore, you will get 6 hybridized orbitals. Right? It is present at the central metal ion. Right? Now, this is central metal ion. How many? Imagine a plane here. Here one, here one, here one, here one, here one, and here one. There are 6 orbitals are there around the central metal atom. See now, one fluoride donate a pair of electron. Here also another fluoride, another fluoride, another fluoride. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each fluoride donates a pair of electron. Therefore, you get all 6 orbitals, that is a hybridized orbitals, are filled. What type of orbitals? Each orbitals, how to name? sp3d2 orbital. This is one orbital. This again, this is sp3d2 hybridized orbital. This is what? sp3d2 hybridized orbital. Okay. Now, here it forms a complex. Here all fluoride. And what is that first? What is hybridization? Type of hybridization orbital? sp3d2. The next, what they will ask? Here, what about the geometry? Octahedral. This is called octahedral. What is the magnetic nature? See, there is unpaired electrons. Unpaired electrons. Therefore, it is what? Paramagnetic in nature. Therefore, it is a paramagnetic substance. Then it is using the outer d orbitals. Right? Therefore, what is the nature of the complex? Complex. Outer orbital complex. Is it clear? Since this is unpaired electrons are there, what type of complex? High spin complex. It is a high spin complex. See, next time I am going to try for, what is it? Cobalt hexaamine. Therefore, for this complex, let us see. First, we find out the oxidation number. What is oxidation number of the cobalt? Very simple. First, how to do this? Cobalt plus 6. This is a neutral molecule, therefore there is 0. is equal to plus 3. Therefore, cobalt oxidation is what? Plus 3. Now, atomic number of cobalt, that is Z is equal to 27. Then you know how to write the electronic configuration. 3d7, this remains same. 4s2, 4p0, 4d0. This is same. Now since 3 plus now, plus 3. Therefore for cobalt it is plus 3 oxidation state. Whatever. Therefore remove 2 electron and 1 electron. You are going to have what? D orbital. It contains 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 3D orbitals, and next 4s, 4p and 4d. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4d. Now cobalt in the oxidation state, I am going to write this. That is first argon 3d6, because I am removing the 3 electron. 3d6, 4s0, 4p0, 4d0. Now the 6 you fill here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. All the 6 is filled here. See now ammonia. Now all the 6 ammonia is approaching. Now the all 6 ammonia is approaching here. As you know, ammonia is a strong field ligand. Therefore, as soon as it's like think about tiger is coming and attacking, what will happen? These 2 electron, this electron come here. This will go here. This will go here. I'll write it, what will happen. This is 3D. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here 1, 2, 3. Here already these 2 electrons paired up, no? Now this place is what? Vacant. Okay. Again what? 4s also vacant. And 4p. 4p is also vacant. Here how many is required? There are 6 ligands are coming, is it not? Cobalt 6 ligands. That means it requires 6 rooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means D 2 orbitals, S 1 orbital, P 3 orbital. Therefore, this ammonia actually what happens, it makes this electron to come and forcefully pairing. Now there are 1, 2, this place is going to be, it becomes vacant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you have what? 6 orbital, and what type of orbitals? D2sp3 hybridized orbitals. Right? Around cobalt, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each one is what? D2sp3. This is D2sp3. This is D2sp3 hybridized orbital. D2sp3 hybridized orbital. Each one is oriented in what type of orientation? The geometry is what? As it is octahedral. What is hybridization in this case? This hybridization is what? D2 sp3 hybridization. Then what will happen? Here one ammonia will fill. Here one ammonia will fill. That means you donate 2 pair of electron here. Similarly, 2 pair of electron is donated by the neutral molecule ammonia. Here 2 pair of electron donated by ammonia. Same thing like this. As a result, you get what? All this orbital 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's completely filled. And what type of geometry you get it? Geometry is what? Octahedral geometry. This is our octahedral complex. This geometry is what? Cobalt hexafluoride is what? Octahedral complex. Now, here, see how I will write it. See here, finally I am writing this 1, 2, 3. This is for metal. Here it will detach 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? And each one is what? D2sp3. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 orbitals. Here in this pair is due to this nitrogen. Okay. See. NH3, 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 NH3. Then what about the magnetic property? Magnetic property. Because there is no pair of electrons. There is no pair of electrons. See, at least previously before during ionization, here 3 unpaired electron was there. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 4. But when it approaches, all this becomes paired up. They are paired up. Therefore, there is no free electron. There is no unpaired electron is there. Now, what will happen? This, what do you call? That is a paramagnetic. This is diamagnetic. Diamagnetic complex. Since this hybridization formed inside the orbit, d orbital, this is called inner orbital complex. And there is no paired electron, unpaired electron. There is no spin, or you can call low spin complex. It's called low spin complex or no spin. Okay. Now, yeah, surely you get one particular question on this. I don't know what form they are going to ask. Another two more video I'll put on this. There you are going to get some more 4 problems. The 4 problems and these 2 problems together, you may get one question on the NEET. That type you are able to solve, or you can face that. Therefore, carefully study each and every steps. Read the textbook in detail. Okay, we'll do the geometric isomerism or isomerism in coordinate compound or optical isomerism, and all we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you.